Guys, school locker rooms were some of the most chaotic places on earth. And the craziest part is that adults acted like it was normal. Like they really had a bunch of middle schoolers packed into one large echoey room, zero self-awareness, and they expected order? No. There's a better chance of my dad coming back with milk. Because gym class itself was one thing. That was cool, that was fine, whatever. You run around, get tired, maybe get hit in the face with a ball. Life's gonna go on. But the locker room before and after gym? Oh no, that was a whole chaotic universe within itself. Civilization? Non-existent. Anytime I would walk into the locker room, it was just noise. Locker doors slamming, kids yelling, two dudes fake wrestling in the corner, somebody's getting whipped with gym shorts, and there was always at least one kid banging on the lockers trying to make a beat. And what makes me laugh is how everybody was initially pretty awkward when they were first introduced to the locker room. Because you have to change in front of other guys. Nobody wanted to be first. I'm not taking my shirt off till he does. I'm not changing till you change. Hey, yo! Then you had the kids who came prepared. They had their gym clothes already underneath their regular clothes. Shirt comes off, boom, instant transformation. And that's what my friend Miguel would do. He was genius for that one. Meanwhile, the rest of us are trying to change without making any eye contact with anyone else in that room. But my friend Jamal would be a little sus. Well, I don't know if it was sus, but he was way too comfortable. He's walking around slowly, talking loudly, and asking questions in the worst moment. Jorge, what's your favorite color? Really, Jamal? Now? He's saying this the moment I'm unzipping my pants. Oh, and that locker slamming? People treated that as if it were an Olympic event. One person slams one, bah! Then another has to outdo him. Whoosh! And suddenly, everyone's involved now. The whole room sounds like a freaking construction site. Now that's one way to warm up your arms. And there's one type of kid that I've yet to really talk about in my stories. Cause over the weekend, I just now remembered this fool. Can't believe I never thought of it sooner. Comment if this resonates with you. Cause did your school ever have a shoe kid? You know, like a sneakerhead. It was that one kid who knew about shoe drops and high-end sneakers. And most of the shoes, they would cost like $200, $300. And man, I never had the audacity to ask for my mom for something like that. But anyways, back to the sneakerhead. For my class, it was this kid named Brian. He would put on a pair of brand new, really nice sneakers and made sure everybody knew. The way he'd walk, he'd make sure to not crease them by taking baby steps. And if anyone ever got near him, oh, he would freak out. Whoa, watch it. These cost more than your house. This one day, I remember it was raining, and Brian wrapped his shoes in plastic bags and walked home like that. Shoes are meant for wearing. That's like buying a bike and not riding it, or watching my videos and not subscribing. Wink, wink. But anyways, anytime it came to gym class, you best believe Brian did not want to run in those shoes. He would put them in the locker room. However, he would treat it as if he just put the Declaration of Independence in there. I don't want anyone messing with these. Bro, this is a public school, not a museum. But you can't blame him for guarding them. They were expensive. Meanwhile, my shoes? Oh, those bad boys were living life. My sneakers had been through war, cafeteria spills, recess dirt, mystery puddles. My shoes had character, trauma, a backstory. And because of that, nobody wanted them. Even thieves had standards, so I would throw them in a locker and not care. But some people, they really cared about themselves. It makes sense. We were in an awkward phase of our lives and pretty self-conscious. Like some people were so insecure and they would use half a can of body spray. Bro, it was so bad where if you lit up a match in that room, I'm sure there would be an explosion from all of that gas. Like my friend Josue would spray himself for 2 minutes straight and then spray a cloud of this stuff in the air and walk through it. Man, I can't smell bad. Bro, you're good. Stop. I'm freaking coughing as if we're in the middle of a Macy's perfume section. Cause again, that locker room was filled with mind games. I knew a lot of people who would get anxious for leaving their stuff unattended for 50 minutes in the locker room. We are not responsible for stolen items. That's what the school would say. So all it took was one kid who would have too much time on his hands, and suddenly your locker looked as if a tornado hit it. And you best believe we learned that the hard way. When I was in 6th grade, my friend Alex got his first phone. It was this little touchscreen Android. And back then, it was the first time I've ever seen any device with a touchscreen. Please don't call me Unc. And Alex knew, however, that our school was pretty rough. So he wasn't dumb enough to be flashing it around. Kids were ruthless. So if you had something nice, suddenly everybody wanted to see it for a second. Alex would do everything possible to keep it safe. A backpack, locker, somewhere that wasn't visible. Or at least what he would think was safe. Cause one day during gym class, he left it in the locker room. I'm running around. I don't want this thing to crack. Being smart. Spoiler alert, it was not the smartest move. Let me tell y'all why. We finished gym, everybody's all sweaty. We go back to the locker room and right away, Alex was freaking out. Everybody actually was. Because typically, the room will be loud, people shoving each other, slamming lockers, and laughing at absolutely nothing. But this time around, everybody's stuff, including mine, it looked a little weird. My clothes were not folded the way that I left them. My bag was also moved around, I remember. And immediately, my heart dropped. Because you just know when your stuff has been messed around with. But when I searched around my locker, luckily, nothing was stolen. I mean, who the hell wanted some old shoes? But Alex was checking his locker and was looking around all the neighboring ones. Searching the floor, looking for something of his that was missing. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was his phone. Bro! And if that wasn't the nail on the coffin, he also didn't have a password on the phone. And another thing, again, don't call me an Unc, because his phone, although it was a touchscreen, the battery you can remove. So if you wanted to, if you stole it, you can just pop that thing off, go off the grid, and not be able to track it.
Totally alone right now, with only my thoughts.
And whoo, Alex was crying. His pictures, messages, contacts, that one cute girl's phone number he had saved, all of it was gone. I felt pretty bad for Alex, not gonna lie. And here I am trying to help him look for it. I'm looking inside lockers that Alex still hasn't looked in yet. And as I'm doing that, guys, nobody talks about the insane things that are kept in lockers. Cause as I'm opening these, it feels as if I'm in a game show or a very budget version of Storage Wars. All right, and locker number 1, we got 5 crushed papers. Locker number 2, we get a single sock. And locker number 3, a melted granola bar and an empty bag of chips. But guess what? No phone. And of course, as I'm going through this crisis, everyone else is having their own little side dramas too. Yo, who moved my shoes? Another guy's arguing over a stolen $3 he had. And then shoe collector Brian? Oh, brother. He's panicking too because somebody stole his nice shoes. And let me tell you, the irony was kind of funny. Because the whole time, he'd been treating those things like a sacred artifact. Don't crease them, don't touch them, don't breathe near them. And now, they were gone. I feel so bad for laughing, hold up. Meanwhile, my raggedy shoes, oh, they were still sitting there. They were the same ugly soldiers that I left behind. Ain't nobody want those. Cause I wouldn't have been surprised if I had found some new shoes in my locker. Freaking donating to the Jorge Fund. Cause the thief would have looked at them and he would have said, man, I'm already committing a crime. Let me not disrespect myself too. And the gym teacher walks in trying to calm us down as if he had any control. Cause half of us are sweaty, mad, late for our next class. We're all just accusing each other of theft. It's no longer a locker room. It's a freaking crime scene. And honestly, looking back, that whole situation sums up what school locker rooms are like. They were loud. They were awkward. They smelled pretty insane. Kids were slamming lockers like maniacs. Some dudes were flexing shoes that they didn't even wear. And if you left anything valuable in there, you were basically gambling. So gym class, that was not really the hard part. Surviving the locker room, now that was the challenge. Clink! Clink, clink, clink! Yes, sir. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments if your school locker rooms were pretty chaotic too. Because I know mine, it was basically a zoo. Oh, and make sure to subscribe and like the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!